Hello friends, welcome to the Edupedia world. This video is the last installment of the topic that we are covering, that is operators in Java. So far we have covered assignment operators, increment-decrement operators, arithmetic operators, bitwise operator, relational operators, logical operators. In this tutorial we'll finish up by covering ternary operators, comma operators, and instance of operators. So let's begin by ternary operators. Okay, so what are ternary operators? Basically, Java has a shorthand way by using this symbol, which is question mark and then colon, as the ternary, aka conditional operator for doing ifs that compute a value. So you can say it is also a shorthand notation to do if statement. And how does it work? Unlike if statement, the conditional operator is an expression which can be used for. And let's see an example. Okay. So this is how the ternary operators work. So this is an example if you are using an if statement. So let's say if I'm having an integer a answer and then like I'm using if a is greater than b, then answer equals to 1, else answer equals to -1. So I can write all of this code block using a single line as shown over here. It can be written more precisely with a ternary operator as int answer equals a greater than b. Then ternary operators question mark will come and then the first value, then the colon, then the second value. So it actually means like this, you're declaring int answer and equals to, and then you're checking the condition. So how does it work? Firstly, it contains a condition, which over here is a greater than b. Then it contains this question mark sign. So after the question mark sign contains the value. So if a greater than b becomes true, then the first value is picked, that is 1. If it is false, then the value after colon is picked, that is -1. Okay, so in case of the true, first value is picked. In case of a false, second value is picked. So this is how you can write this whole code block in a single line like this. I hope it's quite interesting and quite simple. It reduces a lot of if-else statements. So, although it cannot, remove multiple if statement, but if there is simple if-else, then yeah, it can be a substitute of it. So I hope it's clear how we can use the ternary operator. Okay, now let's study comma operator. Java has often looked past features within its for loop, and this is comma operator. Usually when people think about commas in Java language, they think of a way of okay. So this is an example that is taken from a book Thinking in Java, and let's see what it is doing is we have created a class comma operator and then we have created a main method. So now what we are doing is we have created a loop. Inside a loop we are using commas. So for int I is equal to 1, then comma j equals to I plus 10. So over there you're using comma operator to declare or to initialize two for loop variables. So whenever you have to declare multiple variables, we use comma operators. For example, int a, comma b, comma c. And over here again in for loop, we are doing int I is equal to 1, comma j is equal to I plus 10. Then we have placed the condition I less than 5. Okay, so condition cannot have a comma operator because there has to be one and only one condition in a for loop. Then we are doing increments or decrements or whatever. So we are doing I plus plus comma j is equal to I into 2. So we are incrementing I by 1 and we are incrementing j by multiplying I by 2. So okay, this is our very interesting use of comma operator. And then we are writing system.out.println statement. And after that we have used a semicolon. So this is a like an interesting use of using a comma operator. So I hope it's clear how we can use comma operators in Java. Fine. So moving forward to instance of operators. The operator is used only for object reference variable. So whenever there is an object reference, then only we can use instance of. We cannot use it on a primitive type. The operator checks whether an object is a part of a particular type, like class type or an interface type. So the syntax of writing instance of operator is object reference variable, then instance of, and then class or interface type. So if you want to compare, like I have created an object A and you want to compare whether A is an instance of a class student, then you write in a bracket A instance of, and there you write the class name student. Okay. So this is a real example in which we have created a class vehicle. Then inside the class we are again there's a class vehicle, and then we are creating a class car, which is extending this class vehicle. Okay. And then inside the class car we have created a main method, and over here what it is doing is vehicle A equals to new car. So it might be a new concept, but the thing it is doing it is initializing the reference of a vehicle class, which is A, with new car, which is possible to do. Why so? Because car is actually extending the vehicle. So if there's a so the concept in Java is that your super class reference can contain a subtype object. So over here the superclass is vehicle and the subtype is car. So the superclass reference, that is A, it can point to a object, or it can create an object of a subtype. So we are actually creating an object of new car. So we are creating an object of a car, but the reference over here is of A. Okay, and then we are checking if using Boolean result, A is the instance of car. So we are checking if A is actually an instance of car or not, and then we are printing the result. Well, the output for this will be, I think you should try it yourself, but yeah, it will be true because A is the instance of car. Okay, so here guys, we have covered the remaining operators, and that's it for this tutorial. So thank you. Let's meet in the next tutorial.